Good morning, class 7th. Today I'm gonna start your chapter number 5, that is acids, bases, and salt. If you see around yourself that the kind of food you eat, or the substances which are present nearby you, either they are having some what you say, a sour taste or a bitter taste. Some substances are like very corrosive, means they cause burning to your skin. Some are which do not affect your skin. So depending upon that, means what is the taste of the substance, what kind of touch it gives, either it is corrosive or non-corrosive, or it is neutral, or it is not having any effect on your skin. So based on based means based on this fact, the substances can be classified into three groups: acids, bases, and salts. So basically, acids are the substances which are sour in taste. If you see, the meaning of acid is, that is acer, that means the sour to taste. Okay, so means all the things which you can imagine in your imagine in your diet, whatever the diet you are taking, whatever the substances, whatever the food items you are taking, and these are having a sour taste, all those substances are having acids. Okay, acids, here you can see the food materials, and the curd has lactic acid, lemon has citric acid or citric acid, raw mango juice also have a citric acid, tomato juice has oxalic acid, vinegar has acetic acid, grapes tartaric acid, tamarind tartaric acid, and apples have malic acid. So basically, these all these foods or food items which I just told you here, all these items are little sour in taste. Sour means khatta. Okay, so these are a little khatta in taste. That is why you can say that these things are having acids. Let us see what are the different varieties or classification of the acids, what are different types of the acids. Basically, acids can be of two types depending upon the origin, means from where you have got them. If these are occurring naturally, means the natural acids are also known as organic acids. On the other hand, mineral acids are the inorganic acids or the human made acids. So organic acids are the ones which are present in the plants and animals or the natural sources, like acetic acid, which comes from the this acetic acid also comes from the vinegar, and vinegar comes from the sugar cane. So it is a kind of a organic acid. Then comes citric acid. As I told, it is present in the citric fruits like lemon, orange, amla, and all. And formic acid, it is present in the bee sting, and oxalic acid. So basically, these are different kinds of the acids which occur naturally, so these are also known as organic acids. Mineral acids are the ones which are produced in the lab, produced by the man in the labs by using the minerals like calcium, hydrogen, oxygen, sulfur, whatever the things are present, these can be combined to form these acids, like hydrochloric acid, HCl, sulfuric acid, H2SO4, carbonic acid, CH2O3, and nitric acid, HNO3. So these are the inorganic acids or the mineral acids. On the basis of the strength, strength means, you know, that the power, depending upon the power, the acids can be of two types: strong and weak. Okay, strong acids are the one which you can say, basically means all the acids are having hydrogen, like HCl, hydrogen is present. Okay, HNO3, hydrogen is present here. If any acid produces large number of H plus ion, H plus hydrogen ion, ions are the charged particles. If it splits down to produce large amount of that is H plus ion, then it is known as a strong acid. And if it is not producing large amount of hydrogen ion, then it is known as a weak acid, like organic acids are the weak acids, and all the mineral acids are the strong acids. On the basis of concentration of water, okay, here if I am saying concentration means the quantity of water which is present in the acid. If any acid is produced by mixing less amount of water, then it is known as concentrated acid, okay. And if it is having more amount of water, then it is known as dilute acid. Means if like HCl is present, hydrochloric acid is present, and in that acid we have added little amount of water, then it is known as concentrated acid. And if we have added a lot of water into that, then it is known as dilute acid, okay. So this, if you go in a lab, then you will find that some bottles are kept there of acids and bases. If acid is concentrated, then concentrated will be written there, and if it is dilute, then dilute will be written there. Concentrated acids are basically more harmful to the skin. They cause burn to the skin. Properties of acid: first of all, these are sour in taste, okay. These are good conductors of electricity. These are very corrosive in nature, means these cause burn to the things, except only carbonic acid is the one which does not cause burn to the skin. Otherwise all the acids are very harmful for the skin or the wood items or anything. They can cause burn to the things. And most of the acids are soluble in, means acids are, all the acids are soluble in water, means they get mixed in the water. Application of some important acid: hydrochloric acid, HCl, where it is used, you can see here it is used in the floor cleaners, which one comes, Lysol and all. They are having this hydrochloric acid, making the glue. They are used in conversion of the glucose from the starch, means starch can be converted into glucose by using hydrochloric acid. In bleaching industry, they are used in the bleaching industry to clean the clothes, or to you can say that like in um, to wash off the white cloths we use bleach, so there it is used. And it is used for preparation of the aqua regia. Aqua regia is basically a kind of a mixture in which hydrochloric acid, that is HCl, plus HNO3, that is nitric acid, are mixed in the ratio 3 is to 1, means 3 parts of hydrochloric acid and 1 part of HNO3, that is nitric acids, are mixed to produce aqua regia. And it is very useful actually in the cleaning of the gold. You might have seen that goldsmiths take the jewelry to clean it, and they put it in a solution. That solution is known as aqua regia. Then H2SO4, it is used in the formation of the fertilizers, explosives, means the crackers, and in detergents it is used, in synthetic fibers like rayon and all, nylon, rayon, these are made up of sulfuric acid. In the industries, that is paper and leather industry, it is used for petroleum refining. Petrol means for the production of the petrol and other products of the petroleum. And in the car batteries, in the batteries, the inverter batteries or the car batteries have a acid which is known as H2SO4, which is known as sulfuric acid. Then nitric acid, HNO3, it is used in the perfumes, medicines, artificial silk, which is known as rayon, it is used here also. And in making the dyes are the one which were used for coloring the cloths. There, these are used for explosives, fertilizers, same things are there. And in the purification of gold and silver and the preparation of the aqua regia, that is the same thing which I told you. In purification of gold and silver, that is when the gold and silver are taken out from the dug out from the crust of the earth, they are not in a pure form. So for that, HNO3 is used to clean the impurities present in these things. Acetic acid, it is used as a food preservative. You might have seen that in pickles your mother adds some kind of acid, that is actually acetic acid, which is, as you can say, it is vinegar. Okay, it is vinegar. It is present in the vinegar. So vinegar is basically added in the pickles for preservation of the food. It is also used in the ketchups also, and to enhance the flavor, that is in macaroni or chow mein, you add vinegar. And in cleaning the windows utensils, they have this like your soaps and detergents, and the other cleaning agents, they have this thing that is known as acetic acid. Phosphoric acid actually is used in the phosphatic fertilizers are of two type. Some are of nitrogen kind, and some are of phosphorus, some are of sulfur. So this phosphoric acid is used in preparing the phosphate fertilizers, and it is also used to in the food and beverages to enhance their acidity. Beverages like Coca Cola and all these are having some phosphoric acid into it. And it is used for cleaning and to keep the products rust proof, that is from rust is like zinc, so to keep it rust proof, this acid is used. Carbonic acid, it is used in the soft drinks like rasna and all that. It is used in that carbonic acid. All the carbonated drinks like Dew, Coca Cola, Pepsi, and rasna, all these are having carbonic acid, which adds the fizz of those bubbles. And it is used in the medicines also. And tartaric acid is used in plating of the gold. Means you have seen that some jewelries are not real gold and silver, they are being plated. So for that, tartaric acid is used. And it is used in the polishing of the metals, to polish the metals, and construction of the baking powder will I'll discuss with you in later sections. Then comes the bases. Bases are basically the substances which are bitter in taste. Okay, these are bitter in taste. They, if you touch them, they are soapy in touch. Like they will feel like you have hold a kind of soap in your hand. And they mostly these are non-corrosive, except sodium hydroxide and potassium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide, that is NaOH, and potassium hydroxide, that is KOH. These are two bases which are actually corrosive in nature. They cause burn to the skin. Otherwise, most of the bases are not corrosive, and these are also good conductors of electricity once these are dissolved in the water. Classification of the bases. So again, these are of two types, strong and weak. If they are soluble in the water, then these are known as strong bases, like sodium and potassium hydroxides. And weak bases are the ones which are not properly soluble in water, like ammonium hydroxide. And ammonium hydroxide formula is NH4OH. And copper hydroxide, then comes the on the basis of concentration. On the basis of concentration, again these are of two types, that is um, concentrated and dilute. Concentrated, in which water is less, and in dilute, in which water is more. Application where these are used: sodium hydroxide, it is used in means soaps, detergents, textile industry, that is the where clothes are made, in making rayons and other fabrics, in refining of the edible oil like safola and all. Potassium hydroxide, it is used in explosives, insecticides are the chemicals which are used to kill the insects, fertilizers, It is also used for the absorption of carbon dioxide. If there is any need of absorbing the carbon dioxide, then KOH, that is potassium hydroxide, is used to absorb the carbon dioxide from a area. Calcium hydroxide is used in making the bleaching powder. Calcium hydroxide is actually a bleaching powder. It is used in whitewashing. You have seen that chuna which is used for uh, whitewashing the walls, that is also called calcium hydroxide. In dressing material, means when any acid burn is there, then your hand is being covered by a substance which is known as calcium hydroxide. It is if you have got any acid poisoning, then it is in medicines it is used antidote. For the antidote means um, it actually means if you are having any acid poisoning in your stomach, then it can be used in the medicines that will neutralize the acid. Mortar and plasters, plaster and mortar, that is mortar is a kind of like cementing materials are like, these are used in that also. And it can detect the presence of carbon dioxide gas. Okay. Ammonium hydroxide, it is used in fertilizer, synthetic fibers, in the manufacture of nitric acid. Nitric acid, that is HNO3, can be made by using NH4OH, that is ammonium hydroxide. It is a base, and it is also used in the preparation of the washing soda. In washing powder, there is ammonium hydroxide. Then aluminium hydroxide, ALOH whole thrice, it is used in the fire extinguishers. Fire extinguishers, you have seen in your school some cylinders of fire are kept there. That those are known as fire extinguisher, in which this base is filled. It helps in putting off the fire. And magnesium hydroxide, that is MgOH whole twice, it is used in the antacids. When you are having any upset kind of stomach, then your doctor prescribes you some medicines like Digene and Pudinhara and all. In that, magnesium hydroxide is present, which actually relieves the pain caused due to the acid formation in the stomach. Now comes the indicator. What are the indicators? These are the substances actually which change their color in the presence of acids and bases. That is why these are used to detect the presence of acid and bases. Some of the indicators are given here, like litmus paper. Litmus paper is actually formed by the lichen. Lichen, I told you in chapter number 1, these are formed by algae and fungi. So lichens are the kind of the it is a kind of natural indicator which changes its color in the presence of acid and base. Means basically litmus paper is formed by the lichens, and these are of two colors. If it is like it is present in red and blue, two colors. If acid is present, then this paper red litmus paper sorry red litmus paper changes to blue when it is a base, and blue litmus paper changes to red when it is a acid. Okay, so this is how we know that it is acid or base. Other than that, methyl orange is there. In the presence of acid, it changes its color to pink, and in presence of base, it changes its color to yellow. And phenolphthalein is there. In the presence of acid, it is colorless. In the presence of base, it is pink in color. See, these are some of the indicators. Some more indicators are also there, like turmeric, haldi. It is also used as indicator of acid and base. You do this in your home also. Take a turmeric and put some lemon juice onto that, and put some that detergent onto that, and then you see what color changes it has. If it is acid, then the color of turmeric will remain yellow only, and if it is a base, then its color will change into red or orange, dark orange, you can say. See, This you can do in your home. Turmeric, it is a kind of indicator, natural indicator. China rose, that is hibiscus, flower of hibiscus. Its juice can also be used as a indicator. Like its juice is normally like in pink in color, but once any acid is added, it changes its color into magenta, and if any base is present, then it changes its color into green. So this is how the China rose can also be used as indicator, and it is also a kind of a natural indicator. There is one more thing which is known as pH scale or an universal indicator. Universal indicator is basically a mixture of many kind of the indicators. Like it can have methyl orange, it can have litmus, it can have China rose. Different kind of the substances are added in universal indicator. And why it is universal indicator? Because it is like it is used for all the kind of substances present around you, and it gives their pH value. What is pH value? Basically pH is used as, it is a term which defines the strength of a acid, means how strong or how strength of acid, how strong or how weak one acid is. The pH value, pH means the number of hydrogen ions released by it. So as many as hydrogen ions are released, as strong as is the acid, and as less hydrogen ions are released, as weaker acid it is. So depending upon that, you let me show you this one here. It will be more clear. This is a kind of a universal indicator. It is a kind of a strip, okay, and it has some markings are given here from 1 to 14, okay, and 7 is here. So as you move from 7 to downwards, it shows the acidic characters, and as you move from 7 to above, that is 7 to 14, it shows the basic characters. Like if any substance has changed its color from it has got value 1 2 3 4 5 6 or 7, so is below 7 it is acidic, and above 7 it is basic. And if any substance is having only the value which is 7, it is known as neutral, okay. So water, if you put water, means this indicator, if you are going to use, and if you are going to use it in the water, then this will the value of the water will be, means the pH of water will be 7, means it is neutral, it is neither acidic nor basic. Now comes the last topic, that is salts. So salts are basically, these are formed by when the acids and base, means any acid or base reacts with each other, then they form a kind of a substance which is known as salt, and in this process water is released. This reaction is called neutralization reaction, okay. When you mix two acids, then it forms a salt, and water is released. So this type of substance is known as salt. These are neither acids nor bases. Classification of the salts can be of three types: acidic, basic, and normal salts. Acidic salts are the one which have the acidic properties, because these release the hydrogen ions, like sodium hydrogen sulfate, sodium hydrogen carbonate. These are the acidic salts. Basic salts are the one which release the OH ion, that is hydroxide ion, that is MgOHCl, that is magnesium hydroxychloride, calcium hydroxychloride. These are basic salts. These behave like the bases. And normal salts, normal salts are the ones which do not give any kind of the means feature, and once these are means you can say that when these are mixed, these remove the hydrogen ions completely, and these get converted into acids. These are known as normal salt, like NaCl, that is common table salt, and Na2SO4, that is sodium sulfate. Application of the common important salts. Sodium chloride, that is NaCl, is used as a salt in your food, in the as a preservative for the fish, meat, and pickles. In the industry of forming chlorine gas is formed by this. Hydrochloric acid is formed by this. Washing soda, sodium hydroxide, these are formed by this. As for the preparation of pottery glaze, that is the kind of shine it gives to the it is being given by the NaCl. Sodium carbonate, it is another salt which is used, it is also known as soda ash, and it is used in the washing clothes laundry in the laundry for washing the clothes. These are used in the glass and detergent industries. It is used to make the powder of the detergents. Sodium bicarbonate, it is known as baking soda, and it is used in the baking industry, in the fire extinguishers, and to neutralize the acidity. Once if you are having any problem, like Eno is having this sodium bicarbonate, once you drink it, then you will get relief from the pain which is caused due to the acids formed in your body. Then magnesium sulfate, it is also known as Epsom salt. It is used in the textile industry and as a purgative. Purgative is basically a kind of a substance which releases the problem of vomiting, or kind of it is used in the problem of vomiting. If you are having any such kind of problem, then this can be used for as a purgative. It is present in that kind of medicines. Potassium nitrate or the niter, it is used for in the gunpowder or the explosives have this potassium nitrate, in the fireworks, in the refrigerator, fertilizers, medicines, and glass industries it is used. And copper sulfate, which is also known as blue vitriol, it is used as fungicides and the medicines. Fungicides, that is the chemicals which are used to kill the fungus, these are used in those kind of the medicines. Potash alum, its formula is K2SO4.Al2SO4.24H2O. It is also known as fit curry. Fit curry is used for the purification of water. If you are having any cuts and bleeding is there, then you can put fit curry or potash alum on that, and it will stop the bleeding. And it is used in the tanning of the leather industry. In the industry of leather, this is used. Neutralization in everyday life. Neutralization, this reaction which I just discussed with you, that is in which acid and base combine to form salt and water, this is used in everyday life. It has some applications, like for the cure of the indigestion. If you are having indigestion, or indigestion is basically if your stomach is having an acid which is known as HCl, this I told you. And if you are eating any food which is like junk food, in the or the very oily kind of food, in that case the acid level increases in your stomach. It is produced in a more quantity, and it starts to hurt the stomach walls, and you start having the pain, that is stomach ache. To cure this thing, you get some medicines, that is Digene or some kind of things, in which magnesium hydroxide is present, and this is basically a kind of a base which actually neutralizes the acid, and you get relief. Other than that, you can take sodium bicarbonate also, that is baking soda, which also works on the same manner. Ant bite, like if any ant or any insect bites you, at that time you see that you are going to have some swelling on that area. For that, you can use this baking soda. This sodium bicarbonate can be used. If you rub it, then after some time, that sodium bicarbonate this neutralizes the acids which are present in the and bite, and this acid is known as formic acid, and in that manner you get relief from this acid which is caused by the ant bite, or bees also sometimes bite you, so that can be used. For the soil treatment, basically, if any soil is very acidic or basic, if it is very acidic, to neutralize it we can use calcium hydroxide or calcium oxide, which neutralizes the acidity of the soil. And if it is very basic, then then compost can be used to make it acidic. And factory uses, like it is used in the factories, like if in the water, if in water there is more acids are there, then this some base can be added to that, so that those acids which are formed due to the decomposition of the bodies of dead organisms, these can be neutralized. So like this your chapter is completed. If you have any query, you can ask in the class. Thank you, class.